innocence in your eyes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Now today we have a very important video. I am going to be ranking my top 50 zombie maps of all time. Treyarch, non-Treyarch, it doesn't matter. Now let me give you a little bit of context behind this video. It's in the middle of the Black Ops 6 season. Why should I rank every single map in the game, or almost every single map in the games? Let me tell you why. This is a video I did last year, and then I never uploaded it. I did it in parts and then deleted those parts because they didn't do well, made a full video and never uploaded it. So there's gonna be no Black Ops 6 on this fucking list. But I also think it's interesting to see my perspective on this list before the release of Black Ops 6. Now, Black Ops 6 was into this list. It would be very different, okay? I would have Terminus probably in the top 15. I'd probably have Shattered Veal in the top 25. Maybe I even have Liberty Falls in the other ones, you know, slide into the 30, Citadel in that 30 range. You know, I'd have them there, but Terminus is definitely the best map of this game. No doubt, not even close in my opinion. But with that all being said, I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys enjoy, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. And this is a bit of a long one, so get some popcorn and enjoy yourselves. I'll see you after. All right, let's go with number 50.
His name is LeBron James, and he plays for LA.
Let's start at the 50th best zombies map of all time, and that is Beast from Beyond. Now, we are at the very bottom of zombie maps. There is only about 55, 60, and there are no remasters, so we are getting really bad near the end of this, and Beast from Beyond is the worst zombie map of all time. This does not include Mephistopheles. I don't believe Mephistopheles is a part of Beast from Beyond. But what does Beast Beyond have? Well, it has the guys from Extinction. Trash. Those are absolutely awful. And it also has a terrible boss fight, a terrible wonder weapon, a terrible pack-a-punch, and a terrible Easter egg, and a terrible high rounds, and everything about it is terrible. And I think that's about it. It's coming in at number 49. Everything about this map is terrible, and that is Infection. It's only slightly better because the Easter egg, at least you get to see a rocket burger. That's kind of cool. And this map sucks as well. I mean, the survivor rounds where you have to protect the guy, and if you don't, you lose. There could be parts of this map where you don't even get to go out half the map because you're stuck in these stupid ass sewers. It's called Infection. It's really Burger Town, and this map is absolutely atrocious, and all the little special rounds within the game sucks, and the wonder weapon is trash as well. Coming in at number 58, we have the worst map off of Call of Duty World War II. We have the Darkest Shore. Now, this map is absolute trash. I hate this map. My least favorite World War II. The only thing good about this is that minecart system in the very middle. I think that's actually a cool feature, but the Ripsaw wonder weapon is not good. The Easter egg is terrible. The map is small. The fog, like fucking, we know fog doesn't work in zombies, yet this game want to keep using fog. I don't know why. We know it's not good. Darkest Shore, 48. Coming in at number 47, we have Dead of the Night, our first Black Ops zombies map in here, our first Treyarch map. And Dead of the Night is a great way to start this shit list so far. Dead of the Night is absolutely awful. It's just a parts fest, but it's not like Zetsubo where the parts can be somewhat rewarding when you get it. Silver Bullets is one of the dumbest ideas in ever. The Nosferatu zombie boss is the worst boss in zombies history. The wonder weapon, the Alistair Nylander egg, is cool. The Easter egg is okay, but the scratch step sucks. The horoscope set sucks. The secret rooms are cool, but they're way too difficult to get, and the stake isn't nearly as useful as it could be. And the wonder weapon, yes, it's okay, but it's random as you shoot it, and I just don't like the map at all. I've been very vocal about how much I dislike Dead of the Night, and for that reason, it is our number 47. Coming in at number 46, just right before Dead of the Night's release, we have Voyage of Despair. The issue with this map, every fucking room looks the same. I'm not gonna lie to you. And also, the Kraken is a shitty shit wonder weapon that isn't very good. That just kind of blasts zombies. They start fucking flopping everywhere, and that's just not very fun. The wonder weapon isn't play well. I remember 12-year-old me laughing my ass off how awful this wonder weapon is, and I was more like 14, but still not my fan of this one. Voyage of Spirit has a really great boss fight. You gotta give it props where props is due, but the story of it's really bad, and the Easter egg up until the boss fight, the clock step, the planet step. It's like, what are we doing? Okay, the best part of Voyage of Despair is the gauntlet, and that thing's ass cheeks. So coming in at number 46, we have Groston House. Yes, a survival map based off of a house is better than Voyage of Despair, Dead of the Night, Infection, Darkest Shore, and Beast from Beyond. That is the world that we live in. Don't ask me why. This is just how it be. But 45, like I said, Groston House, it's not terrible. It's got some cool little Easter egg things within it, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is a small house. And, you know, you can't really go that high in a small house unless it's got some nostalgia factor, and this map doesn't have that. So, for that reason, unfortunately, I have to put it at this spot. Coming in at number 44, we have Farm. Farm is terrible. I do not like Farm. There's not much to it. That's the issue. There's not much to do in there. It's kind of like Groston House. You know, it's kind of like a survival map. And it's one of those things like, okay, there's not a high ceiling for it, but at least Farm, you have a little bit of room to train. I do think it's ugly, but you have room to train, and that you don't really have that in Groston House, and that's where I give it the super slight edge. But at the end of the day, these two are interchangeable. And coming in at number 43, we have Outbreak, the first map from Exo Zombies. Now listen, I'm not an Exo Zombies hater. I'm really not. But Outbreak, unfortunately, just suffers from the idea that there's nothing in it. First off, I wish it was an on-disc map, but it's not. The DLC. Why? I don't know, but it is. And the other issue with it is the fact that the toxic rounds aren't very cool. The map layout's kind of weird. The exosuit you can't really take advantage of except for one or two rooms, the exo room and the first room you open. The wonder weapon sucks on this map, and unfortunately it's just a bare bones Exo Zombies map, which isn't the best game and it isn't the best map. So unfortunately, it goes in number 43. But number 42, we have the Frozen Dawn. It is a DLC of Call of Duty World War II. This map is just a whole lot of nothing. There's some people that actually do really like this map, including the boss fight. I never really could get into this map. I can't really rate it super high because I didn't play it much. I just didn't get into it, especially after the Tortured Path and after Darkest Shore. Those maps were so bad that I couldn't get into the rest of the game. And we'll just get onto this now. The Shadowed Throne and the Frozen Dawn. So Shadowed Throne's 41, Frozen Dawn's 42. That's why I put them together, because I didn't really play them much. So yeah, I know some people love the Frozen Dawn or love the Shadowed Throne or really put one over the other. But I didn't play either of them that much, and I couldn't really get into them because I just didn't like World War II's mechanics.
It feels so good and make a big difference if I could see him play.
Number 40 on our top 50 maps. This is going to be controversial as hell. People always blame me in the past with this. I have Ascension. I think Ascension is the most overrated zombies map in the history of Call of Duty. Treyarch or non-Treyarch, this map is overrated as fuck. First off, ugly ass map to look at, alright? The Easter egg, yes, it was the first ever, but it's pointless to do. Alright, the high round is not fun, it's way too easy. The black and white effect before you get the power, I think is a stupid idea. The monkeys, let's talk about the monkeys. That shit was ass. Yes, Ascension was innovative for the time, yes, but when you ever go back and play it, it's absolutely trash. And I would play every single BO1 World at War map over it almost, so that's why I have Ascension so low. But our next placement, ladies and gentlemen, number 38, or 39, I'm so sorry, is going to be Outbreak from Cold War. Outbreak is fun, but on launch it was very lacking of content, and there's so much waiting. Running, so yeah, you have to wait to get the objective, waiting for the timer to go down in the lockdowns, waiting for the portal to go from map to map, waiting for this, waiting for that, waiting for the escort, waiting for the deploy. It's like, oh my god, if you love waiting, go play Outbreak, okay? That's what I think about Outbreak. It's just waiting, waiting, waiting. Well, if you like waiting, I don't, and let's not wait to get to our next pick, which is going to be number 48, or 38. God damn, I can't say these numbers right. And this one is going to be Nuketown Zombies. Yes, Nuketown is better than Outbreak. It's simplistic, but it is kind of fun, and I like the randomness of the perk drops. I think it adds a little bit of an element to the map. And yeah, you can't really rank it that high because it is so basic, but for this reason, I still think it is better than Outbreak because at least you're playing zombies the whole time. You're not just sitting there. So, gotta give credit where credit's due. Nuketown number 38. And coming in at number 37, some people think it's the worst zombies map of all time. If you're a shit zombies player and you're casual, you think it's the best zombies map of all time. This one is Transit. Let's talk about Transit. Well, Transit has so many things wrong. The Pack-a-Punch, the Easter egg, the Wonder Weapon, everything, blah, 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 blah. Transit sucks. Solo, it's the worst experience ever. Co-op, it can be fun. It could be hectic. There is nice, charmable things about Transit. But at the end of the day, we know what Transit is. It is absolutely awful, and for that reason, Transit is an obvious pick here. But coming in at number 36, still shit, but the slightly better shit than the Transit, we have Die Rise. This map, pre-Sickle patch, I think was better. Post-Sickle patch, there's a lot left to be desired. Listen, the Easter egg is the most pointless ever. The story, this map is filler. You could take this map out, and the story would be the exact same. You can't say that for every other map. No. Die Rise, you can say that. This story is absolutely pointless. Absolutely pointless. There's no reason for this map to exist, and that's number one. And number two, the high ground strategy isn't as fun as it used to be. Not nearly as good. And I think that the characters suck. I mean, the Transit Die Rise characters, I mean, it's Victus. Victus is trash. I mean, they're only bearable and buried, and they're barely bearable there. So I think that for that reason, Die Rise is pretty awful, and it is going to be coming in at that spot. But coming in at number 35, we have Carrier. Now, Carrier is a Exo Zombies map. It is the second best Exo Zombies map. Yes, there's some good things about it. I like the limbo, I like the layout, but this still has those special rounds. The Easter egg is boring as hell. The lawnmower trap is cool, but at the end of the day, it's Exo Zombies, and although they have nice little pockets of good ideas in this map, Exo Zombies will never be that high because the whole game mechanic and the whole system, the way it works, isn't good. And for that reason, it is going to be in that spot. Coming in at number 34, we have Knock Der Untoten, the first Zombies map that ever came out. Yes, it's basic, but it goes a little bit higher because of that nostalgia factor, the old school glitches. I have memories of playing Knock Der Untoten. Even though I did start on Kino, I went back and played Knock. And no matter the game, especially World of War, it's the best. You have your flamethrower and you have your glitch spots, and that just makes Knock Der Untoten what it is today, and I love it for that. But coming in at our number 33 spot, we have Blood of the Dead. High round, hell yeah. Magma Gat, hell yeah. Story, hell yeah. Easter egg. I know Jolts is not going to be agreeing with this pick or B-Rad, but the Easter egg on this map is absolute garbage. Trash. Cannot stand the Easter egg. And the second thing about this map is it's so damn big, and it unnecessarily nerfs a bunch of things from Mob. I think that if there was a vacuum where Mob of the Dead doesn't exist, Blood of the Dead would be considered an average map, or pretty good. But because Mob of the Dead exists, Blood of the Dead, in my eyes, has been so much lower because they would have been better off just remastering the damn thing. But coming in at number 32, we only got two more maps left. We have Attack of the Radioactive Thing, one of the better maps in Infinite Warfare. Now, here's the issue with Attack of the Radioactive Thing. Here's the issue. The Mad Wonder Weapon is bad. The Easter egg is bad, but the saving grace of this map, kind of like Voyage of Despair, is the boss fight. It is, I think, the greatest boss fight. I love the boss fight. The best boss fight, it's not the greatest boss fight, but it is a good boss fight. I love the different stages. I love the bomb step, love the laser step, love the different things about it. The map layout is okay, but this map has you doing timetables. You're doing timetables in an Easter egg with the fucking Scarlet Witch bitch. I don't know her name. Elvira. Yeah, no thank you for me. This map is not for me. I do not like Attack of the Radioactive Thing. It's bad, but it's a little less bad than everything else we've said so far. And coming in at number 31, the last map of today's episode. It's a classic. It is bare bones, but I think it is the best bare bones experience we have, besides maybe one more. This is going to be Town. Another survival map. A classic survival map on BO2. Motherfuckers weren't playing Transit when BO2 came out. Motherfuckers was playing Town. I mean, am I right or am I right? Gotta give Town the credit it deserves. I actually really love Town, and I'm a big fan of it, and I think that it really deserves to be in the place it is. And, you know, as we get to Town, this is kind of that middle section. We're going from bad to pretty good to decent to great, and, you know, we're gonna slowly be starting to rise there, and Town is a great middle part. Where I think now in these these newer episodes that will be coming out, you'll see me a lot more positive about the maps because it's not going to be Infinite Warfare and fucking Transit and Black Ops 4 and World War 2 and Zexo. So
As I go to my living room, don't know what I'ma do if I hear he ain't gonna play.
number 30, we have Zombie Verrucht. Now, I love this map so much, but this map is all about atmosphere. That's what I love about it. You have things like that chair that makes that noise, the flickering lights, the blood on the wall. That's what made this map what it is. Obviously, the first map to introduce traps, first map to introduce perks, power switch. So much was innovated on this map, especially because it's the second map ever, of course. But it's a casual map at the end of the day. My favorite version is going to be the World at War version, just because of that ambiance. But shout out to the BO3 version. It is beautiful, and I love that version as well. But shout out Zombie Verrucht, man. It is going to be our first number 30 spot. Next, going up at number 29, we have Firebase Z. Not my favorite Cold War. In fact, my least favorite Cold War Zombies map. The reason I dislike Firebase is it's pretty bland. It's pretty basic. I think the layout is cool with the 2 different zones, but Easter egg is very easy. The boss fight is very underwhelming. And I'm a person that actually does like the defense rounds in Firebase, but Firebase just seems like the cookie cutter zombies map of an already cookie cutter zombie map game of Black Ops Cold War. Ray gun wonder weapon, that's buildable. Wonder spheres as your fast travel. Easter egg with a boss fight that's just a bullet sponge guy. Mangler, or not Mangler, sorry. Mimics are just sort of bullet sponge enemies. And yeah, that's cool and they have good ideas in the map, but I don't like the idea of the entire map together. Also, it was super glitchy on launch, especially for console. So for that reason, I gotta put, unfortunately, gotta put Firebase at number 29. But shout out to Firebase because I was in Zombies World Championship, ZWC. I can't talk. Coming in at our number 28 spot, we have Shaolin Shuffle. In my opinion, one of the greatest music to a zombies map ever. The New York theme vibe, jazz. Hey, we got disco in the background of this video, so I do like the vibe and the aspect that is in Shaolin Shuffle. Unfortunately, the map is very glitchy, especially with the karate. There's steps in the Easter egg, like the escort rat step, that sucks. All the different codes and combinations sucks. The Rat King is a bad boss fight. And yes, you do have the sword and the kung fu. They are glitchy, but there's not a real wonder weapon besides those. And the power system on that map, I'm not a big fan of, where you flip the switch in every room. So in my opinion, Shaolin Shuffle is one of those maps where I don't think it aged very well. I think that it is still glitchy even after so many years, and I just don't like Firebase Z, or not Firebase Z, what the hell? Shaolin Shuffle for the things of that nature. But shout out the vibe, the New York City vibe, shout out the subway system, all those kind of things. Those things were really cool aspects of the map. I did enjoy that. But fucking having one of your things be under Juggernog, that's stupid. Coming in at our number 27 spot, we have Shangri-La. Now, my favorite version of Shangri-La is Black Ops 1, and it's because of one thing. PhD Flopper. The Mustang and Sally's in this game in Shangri-La and Black Ops 1 is amazing. Because Shangri-La Black Ops 3, yes, it is beautiful. Beautiful. It is not fun to play because the Mustang and Sally's work best on Shangri-La rather than any other map. I think it works the best on Shangri-La. The baby gun, awesome wonder weapon. And the monkey system with the power-ups where you can get different perks, that's an awesome system. But at the end of the day, the boss zombies seem kind of suck. Yeah, we have a close quarters map. Let's do a boss that blinds you to a boss that you can't walk through. I love that shit. And then the second thing is the high rounds are super hard, and it's a very difficult map. You can never just casually go on and play Shangri-La, and that's an issue. Sometimes maps gotta be difficult like Origins, and they're difficult for reasons like if you want to go to the next step. But maps that are difficult just because it's small and tiny, I don't like that kind of vibe. There's a good balance you can get in. I think a good balance is something like a Moon, something like a 9 from BO4, a Classified from BO4, but Shangri-La, unfortunately, just isn't for me in that aspect. But coming in into our number 26 spot, we have Alpha Omega. Now, listen, the ending cutscene of Alpha Omega I think is really bad, but let me give Alpha Omega a little bit of credit. I think it has the same issues of Firebase Z, where it's just reused things. Rushmore's a reused thing of something we've already seen before, right? Ray gun wonder weapons, right? 4 elemental ray gun wonder weapons. Now, I personally really like the ray gun Mark II elements. I think they're really cool upgrades. I like that there's 4 of them. I love the shotgun ones. I love the yellow ones. I think it's really cool. The Mega Gun upgrade X, Y, Z, whatever it is. I think those are really cool. But my issue with the map is, like I said, there's a lot of things left to be desired. I think of Easter eggs okay. I don't like the boss fight. The story's cool with Pernell and Avogadro and stuff like that, but I think that overall, like I said, there's just so much reused in this. It's like I've already played this map because I've been playing Blackout. And the bunker system is cool, but I don't like the Nova crawlers. I hate the fact that the vaults or the sewer system undo themselves. I think that's stupid. I hate the electricity Nova 6 crawlers as well, the bomb ones. You can literally get around 100 on this map by literally knifing. That should tell you everything. So we have Kino der Toten, the best map. Kino der Toten Black Ops 1. Kino der Toten is very middle of the list because yes, it's nostalgia. Yes, I love Kino. Very first map I ever played, Kino in 5. But let's face it, right? BO1 is the best version of Kino. Let's face it. If you go back and play nowadays, it's not as fun. The theater, you know, Thundergun Theater is classic. Syndicate videos are classic. If you cheated, I don't know. But the thing about Kino der Toten that I do really love is it's just a classic. You go back and you can play it casually and it's fun. The high rounds are fun. But in BO1, the guns aren't very fun. I think it's an ugly looking map. I think that it just feels very World at War-y. And it wasn't originally supposed to be in World at War if you didn't know. But then I got moved to Black Ops 1 for that DLC 4 instead of it being on the base game. And I personally do not like Kino as much as maybe some other casual players. I've kind of grown out of it, but some people have been shitting on Kino a lot recently, and I think that's just disrespectful. You gotta I put it at least in the very middle, 25, very middle of the road, because I think, yes, it is boring nowadays, but it's still got the classic, you know, vibe to it, and I can't disrespect that too much. But coming in at our number 24, we have Forsaken, one of the coolest wonder weapons ever, an amazing starting room, but there's two things about Forsaken that fuck it up. Number one, the Easter egg is too quick. Yes, the boss fight is cool. Yes, the first steps are cool, but it's like, okay, I built the crystal axe. I have one step, and then the Easter egg escort, and then the Easter egg's done. I just got to do the boss fight. And the boss fight's not that hard, so it's like, okay, Forsaken. What the hell's going on? Second thing, the layout is the worst layout in Zombies history. It's 5 rooms connected by zip lines at an outside spawn area that's pointless after round 1. So much of this map is unnecessary, and yes, there are cool features like the crystal axe is one of my favorite one weapons. Yes, like the arcade room, that's a really cool feature. Yes, the teddy bear Easter egg is really cool, but at the end of the day, this map has so many issues with it, so many flaws, that the flaws unfortunately sometimes can outweigh the benefits. But that round 100 crystal axe is fucking awesome. I remember that one Noah J clip where he just sits there and just so you gotta give credit there. But coming in at number 23, we're getting close to the end of this video, man. We have the Final Reich, the best map in World War II. This is the first map, and Final Reich introduced some incredible features. Let's give number 1 off. 2 Easter eggs, casual Easter egg and a heart Easter egg. One of the coolest things, the notebook is awesome. Second off, I love the character system in World War II, where you can have your base 4 and then all your other characters you can unlock. I don't know why this next game isn't going to have a base 4 and operators. I think that would be the best thing for it. And another thing about the Final Reich is I think that the Tesla guns, I think it's okay, but let me tell you my issues with it. I think the Tesla guns, like I said already, but the armor system in World War II sucks. When the map first released, the amount of doves and grunts these characters, the doves are coming out of the window. It got so annoying after the first 2 playthroughs. Was not scary. And second off, the map is fugly. It's fucking ugly. It is so bad to look at. I actually can never. So with that unfortunately being said, the map is super ugly. The layout is okay. I like the blood sort of underground area, but the fucking Harry Potter Hogwarts looking ass at the top, not for me. I know people love the Final Reich, but it is not my favorite, and unfortunately I'm gonna have to put it here. But coming in at number 22, the best map in this game as well, we have Descent from Advanced Warfare. Descent is a really cool map. It's by far, not even close, the best map in Exo Zombies. Really did really well. But my issue with Descent, the wonder weapon is very bad, I think, and the pack punch system is really bad too. But Descent's got a lot of positive. DJ Oz, that boss fight is always fun in round 14, round 8, and in the later rounds. The kill streak system in this map, I'm not sure if that's in carry. I think it is, but it is in this map for sure. And I think the kill streak system is awesome in Descent. I think it's used very well, including the Juggernauts. I think they're really cool. The layout is awesome as well. The layout of this map is very, very good. But you know, it's a really fun map to look at too, and I've always wanted an underwater map. But why play Descent when you have Leviathan? I know it's not a fair comparison of one game to the other, but Leviathan's an underwater map, and it's just leagues ahead better. But either way, Descent is a good map. I gotta give it credit, goes in at number 22. But coming in at our number 21 spot, the most notorious high round map in the history of Call of Duty Zombies. It is Shino Numa. The World at War version is the best version of Shino Numa, and the reason is the high round strategy. Shout out my boy Krups, round 10,000. It's absolutely amazing. I love the fact that the perks are random. I thought that was such a cool feature back in the day. This obviously introduced characters, the Hellhounds, special rounds like that. I thought this map is awesome. And yes, Shino Numa is a beautiful map in BO3 too, but we're talking about the best version, which is World at War. And the Flogger Wonderwaff strategy is such a cool strategy, and shout out Shino Numa for the glitch, because that made it 10 times more fun, and that's why it's ahead of basically all the other World of War maps besides Derice. But ladies and gentlemen, that was number 21, which means
I made a bet or two that he's gonna shoot 10 threes, get 10 rees, and then the Lakers ain't gonna lose.
coming in at our number 20 spot, we have Rave in the Redwoods. A lot of people think this is gonna be high, and it is. But the reason I like Rave in the Redwoods is the color and the rave mode, where you get smoking on the Zaza, get high on the drugs, right? No, but I love the color of this map. The layout is a little bit questionable. I think it's too big with not a lot of fast travel, but the boss fight's cool. I love the different melee weapons within the map, and I love the color. That's what I love about this map. The boss zombies, I think, are really cool in this map. The apes are really cool. And the wonder weapon, I do like it. I know, like, a lot of people are not fans of the crossbows, but I'm a personal fan of it. I do like the crossbows in this map. So I don't want to go too much about Rave in the Redwoods. It's not a super popular pick of mine, but I'm going to put it at number 20. With that, coming in down to our number 19 spot, we have For Time and the World Do Not Stand Still. 5 is coming in at number 19. And Law of Life. No, I'm just kidding. 5 is going to be our number 19 spot. 5 has my favorite boss zombie of all time, the Pentagon Thief. I think he is the greatest boss zombie. I absolutely love him. So that's number 1 about the Pentagon Thief. But number 2 about 5 is the issue it is not higher is, yes, it's got that nostalgia. It's actually the very first map I played. I played 5 before Kino, which is kind of crazy. But the reason I think it is not higher on the list is because it is not really playable after solo. I think 2 players you somewhat can play, but once you get to 3 and 4, the map is just so tight together, everyone's together, that it's very hard to play with more than 1 player without running into them and without it being sort of kind of like a hassle, especially if you guys are on all different floors and somebody downs. It's like impossible to get them back up. So for that reason, unfortunately, I have to put 5 at the number 19 spot. But coming in at the number 18 spot, we have the finale of Aether Zombies Tagged or Toten. Now this is beautiful, a beautiful version of Call of the Dead, and it's got some amazing things about it in BO4. I think it's got an amazing round 100 strategy. I love things like the heat pack. I love the zip lines. I love the layout of this map. I love the interactive map features. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's an okay ending for Aether, but Victus sucks, right? I don't like the wonder weapons too much this map. I know that some people do, but I'm not a huge fan of them, especially the Sniper Wonderwaff and the Tundra Gun. I mean, those 2 are not my favorite. And there's other things in this map that I really do dislike, but I gotta say, visually, it's the best looking map in BO4 in my opinion, and I think that it's got some awesome side Easter eggs, like the Mars Easter egg, like the Misty Daughter Easter egg. Like, it's got some really cool things about it. The Samantha's in the box, what's his fucking name? Pablo in the lighthouse. It's got some really cool things, but unfortunately, it's gonna be a number 18. But coming in at our number 17 spot, we have Classified, the better version of 5. Now, Classified, I wish it had the Pentagon Thief, and that's really what brings it down. But what does bring Classified up? Well, let me explain this to you. Got a better map layout, got a better pack-a-punch, got a better wonder weapon, got a better, you know, sort of progress to get the wonder weapon, got some story behind it. That's just stuff that 5 doesn't have, and Classified just does that better on a newer engine that's better, and with, you know, BO4 is not loved, but I think Classified actually fits BO4 very well, and I think that especially that little side Easter egg at the beginning where Samantha talks and all the zombies spawn in the upper area, and she's like, "Leave me alone!" I think that's awesome. And that's why Classified isn't at the number 17 spot. But coming in to our number 16 spot, we have Zetsubo no Shima, the first Black. Is this the first Black Ops 3 map on here? That just tells you kind of peak Black Ops 3 is. But Zetsubo is coming in at this spot. And this is just because I think that Zetsubo is the worst out of BO3. It has a awesome Spire boss fight. It has the KT4 Masamune, which is really cool. It's got the gas mask. It's got great features. But Zetsubo falls under the fact that it's got the Thrashers, one of the worst zombie bots of all time. And it's got one of the easiest Easter eggs with a terrible Easter egg ending boss fight. The spider boss fight is way better than the main Easter egg boss fight, and that's a big issue. So although yes, Zetsubo no Shima is really cool and all that, I think that it's not my favorite BO3 map, and I like the ending cutscene, but in my opinion it's definitely the weakest counterpart of Black Ops 3. But coming in at our number 15 spot, we have D Machine, the first map on Cold War Zombies. Now, the one thing I could give it to D Machine, I gotta give this credit, is the fact that people were playing it. Man, I mean, God, this was everywhere. But at the end of the day, D Machine is a facility map with Nocturne Totem, and it's not that crazy of an environment unless you go into the Dark Ether, which is a very cool idea. But it just seems bland. The location in Poland, the underground bunker is cool, but at the end of the day, the map doesn't feel super like an amazing location. That's my big issue with Cold War, is none of the locations felt awesome. They all just felt like, okay, we're going to a facility, we're going to another facility, we're going to the Berlin facility, and then we're going to somewhere in the campaign. So it's like, D Machine is not completely original. I do like the Die Wonder one, but it's not my favorite though. The ray gun strategy, the high round strategies map is awesome. The Easter egg is easy, but it is fun as well. But my main issue with D Machine is not the map itself, but the fact that it took Treyarch 4 months to come out with another map, and in the process of that form, they came out with Cranks, which was and they came out with Jingle Hells, which is the single worst thing I've ever seen. But coming in into our number 14 spot, we're really getting into that top area here. We have Revelations. God, you know, at launch, Revelations was really hated by a lot of the community, and especially the story aspect of it. But the high rounds in this map are easy, but they're a lot of fun, right? This map makes you super overpowered. And although the ending Easter egg boss fight isn't the greatest, I gotta give it credit where credit is due. I really do like the Revelations map overall. The idea is really cool of combining all the other maps. And yes, there's the downside of, well, there's no new areas except for the Apothecon and the spawn room. But at the end of the day, they mix and match these areas very, very well. And there's so many different spots. I mean, you could recognize Origins, Mob, Buried, 5, even Zetsubo, Varrock, Shangri-La. It's like you probably didn't even know that you saw these areas. Zetsubo Nishima's in there. You probably didn't even realize that. So yeah, Revelations is really cool. It's a beautiful looking map as well. And although Jason Blundell said we played for 18 months, I'm just playing it years later and I'm still having a good time about it. So coming in into our number 13 spot, the highest ranked non-Treyarch Zombies map on the entire list, we have Spaceland. Now, Spaceland is beloved by the community nowadays. It is celebrated, and it's because it's just got so much going on with it. You got the amusement park, and you can go on the different rides. You have an awesome trap with that little chomper that's out there. You have a pretty cool wonder weapon with the disco. It's okay, but the boss fight is difficult Easter egg, which is always appreciated, and this is definitely Infinite Warfare's high point. I feel like you can see on my list, and just my overall experience with Infinite Warfare, you start out super high with with Spaceland. It's the best in the game. You go a little bit bumped down with Raven the Redwoods, and it's still good, but it's not Spaceland. And then as you go down, you start to see a very dramatic shift in the quality, and that's the issue with Infinite Warfare. But at least it started on the super high note that is Spaceland. But coming in to our number 12 spot, we have Call of the Dead. Now, this map is awesome, but there's two main issues with it. Number one, George Romero, right? I think George Romero is a great boss in terms of the idea behind him, right? The father of zombies in movie and cinema. But for the zombies map, he was implemented very poorly, even though he can give you a really good reward with the Wonder Waff once you kill him. But coming in at number two, the Wonder Weapons are weak, both of them. They don't get you past round 50, right? The VR11 is terrible, especially on solo. I guess you have the insta-kill effect on co-op, but we're really reaching for straws here if we're going to talk about that effect. And number two, the Scavenger is really cool in the higher rounds, or the early rounds, sorry, with PhD, but once you get into those higher rounds, it becomes utterly useless. That, including with the ice, Call of Dead has awesome things to talk about. The fast travel, the introduction of Deadshot, which I think is an underrated perk overall. It has a great atmosphere, especially when that fog does go away, and there's just something about Call of Dead. I don't really know what to say about it, but I can't put my finger on it. But Call of Dead is an awesome experience, but unfortunately, it gets shelved by some of its lesser qualities. But coming in at our final spot, number 11, ladies and gentlemen, we have Buried. So Buried is going to be our number 11 spot. And why? Why is Buried in our number 11 spot? Well, Buried is by far the most unique Victus map. And you want to talk about innovation? Buried innovated Leroy/Arthur, an amazing system, something that we've never seen before and still haven't seen since. Yes, there's other AIs with Klaus and stuff, but Leroy's on a whole nother level. You know, you have the chalk system, very cool. You have the Witch's House, one of the greatest bosses of all time. You have the story behind with Jebediah Brown and with Victus and the sharing mind of Maxis and Richtof and the Flesh and the whole underground system. The map idea is awesome. Hey, let's take a underground let's take an American Western city and put it underground in Africa. That's fucking awesome. But you only can do the Easter egg in 4P, even though Sharpshooter is an amazing step. Paralyze is really good, but it doesn't kill around 100, and you have to use a subsurface resonator strategy, even though I love the Paralyzer, and it's still great for mobility. Buried is just so damn easy, and the bank ruins the map. I know people will hate, well, what about Goblins in BL3? Well, the bank is easy, and I don't know. I just have a different feeling about the bank. It's just something with me, but I love Buried.
And they got Luka Doncic, A. Reeves, and then LeBron, the real big three. They gave up AD because they needed change.
So starting in our number 10 spot, we have Darius, a classic zombies map, really a classic from back in the day. The reason I love Darius, and so many people do, is because it is simplicity to the best possible extent. Very simple pack-a-punch system that does really well. A wonder weapon that is also very good. Both good training and camping spots. Darius has ways to play for all players. And at a time like World at War, and even when it returned in the Giant, its gameplay was consistent throughout all its games. Darius is one of the greatest maps of all time, and a lot of people, especially OG players, will have it in their top 5. But it also just doesn't have the depth that a lot of newer maps do in newer games, and that's why we put it at number 10. But coming into our number 9 spot, we have the map from Black Ops 4. It is underrated, but so many people nowadays appreciate what they didn't appreciate back in the day. This is Ancient Evil. Now, Ancient Evil, in my opinion, has the 4 gauntlets, which are one of the greatest wonder weapon systems ever. I think Ancient Evil has the greatest shield of any zombies map of all time. An awesome mini boss and a super awesome Easter egg where the storyline actually started to make Chaos interesting. Actually, this was the first map where I was like, oh, this sounds pretty interesting, this whole Chaos story with Medusa and everything like that. But unfortunately, this was the last map of the Chaos story. I wish they started off on a better note than they did at the beginning. But Ancient Evil is a really cool map, and I love all the features of it. I love the heaven and hell aspect of the map, where Pegasus takes you from the underground Greek city towards the hell portion. And with all the different variety, uniqueness, and different ways you can play, including the sort of tomahawk monkey bombs, I think this map is absolutely to die for. But coming in our number 8 spot, by far, in my opinion, the best map in Black Ops Cold War, the best sort of modern day zombies map, we have Mauer Toten. Mauer Toten, in my opinion, has a top 5 Easter egg of all time, and it really sticks out like a sore thumb in terms of how much better it is than a lot of the other Cold War maps. No, yes, I like D Machine and Fire and Forsaken and Firebase are somewhat tolerable, but my opinion, I think that Mauer Toten is definitely the best out of this bunch. Has a really nice boss fight with the different areas in map, although I think that can be too easy sometimes. Has a very good sort of ending area, and I love the different ways you traverse the map. Love the fast travel around the map with the zip lines. I also love the train system underneath, and it has some really cool steps in its Easter egg, and the Cerberus is the best wonder weapon in Cold War, and maybe even one of the best wonder weapons of all time. But Mauer Toten is incredible, and it does lay on the easy side, and although I really like the mechanics of the game, the map sometimes can feel a little bland, and that's an issue with a lot of Cold War maps, but thankfully Mauer has way more personality than any of the other ones. But coming in to our number 7 spot, the best map in Black Ops 4, this is 9. In my opinion, the second best Easter egg of all time. I love 9's Easter egg. I love the Blight Father step with the different Raw statue with the different symbols and which zombie you have to kill first. I love the different step. I love the boss fight as well. And although I really do like the wonder weapon in this map, it isn't infinite damage, I don't think, or at least it does drop off. But you have things like the Helion Salvo in this game, and the high round strategy with the Helion is a lot of fun. Really, really great starting room, probably the greatest of all time besides maybe Moon with Area 51. And the crowd control feature is one of the most awesome features in zombies that we've seen, and it's super unique. And I really do want to see something like that come back in nowadays. Challenges in this map feel rewarding, but they're not super hard unless you get sort of like a catalyst challenge. And this map really does thrive on the fact that it really looks like the map that was most worked on for BO4, and it really thrives and proves that way. But coming into our number 6 spot, man, we're getting close to that top 5. We have Garad Krovi, the best Easter egg in Black Ops 3. But the reason Garad Krovi falters is that high round. I feel like the Mark 3s are a really good wonder weapon, but they're not infinite damage. And once you pass around round 50, the high round of BO3 just isn't nearly as fun, okay? I'm not saying high rounds need to be easy to be fun, but wonder weapons need to be useful. And yes, you can slow down zombies with the Mark III, but killing zombies is a no-go. And the Mark III is really cool in the early rounds, but in the late rounds, it's just not for me. But the Rocket Shield, the Dragon Shield is amazing. The Gauntlet of Siegfried is amazing. And all the other Dragon Strike command and features of this map, especially just the overall layout, is awesome. And I love the vibe of the Stalingrad city with the dragons. But unfortunately, Garad Krovi just does not crack that top 5. But coming at number 5, the most OG map I have on this list in this super high spot, we have Moon. Now, I want to be specific of this. I'm talking about the Black Ops 3 Zombie Chronicles version of Moon. Because BO1 Moon, although I love it, does have some glaring issues, but Black Ops 3 basically fixes that issues and then adds a little bit more. First off, the greatest looking zombies map of the Chronicles remasters. It looks absolutely fantastic. Features like Area 51 are absolutely amazing. Features like the hacker, the Easter egg, the story behind it. I mean, they're all just beautiful. They're all beautiful. And the issues that people had with the Black Ops 1 version of Moon are basically all relatively fixed in this game. First off, excavators. Okay, use it anywhere by here and hack them away. Excavators aren't nearly an issue. Number 2, Immolation Liquidation takes out that RNG in the Easter egg way more, and I feel like it is super useful on this map. Now, you could say, well, you shouldn't have to use a Gobblegum to run Immolation Liquidation and have to play the map. But if you're not cheating Gobblegums in Black Ops 3, then what the hell are you doing? You're not playing it right. Next up, I love the fact that Moon, and especially on Black Ops 3, is so beautiful looking. A lot of people have issues with how gray it is in BO1, and I do too, but it looks just amazing. And this is one of those maps where in the Chronicles, PhD doesn't feel necessary. The wave gun is one of the best wonder weapons of all time. The QEDs are just so unique, and I love so many amazing features about this map. So, ladies and gentlemen, Moon is going to be our number 5 spot. But coming into our number 4 spot, we have Horizon Drac. Now, Horizon Drac has the bows. It's got the fucking Easter egg. And I used to speedrun this Easter egg for ZWC, and I loved it. Horizon Drac has such an amazing cutscene. The Easter egg of blowing up the moon, that's just fucking awesome. The dragons, everything about this map is stellar. I absolutely adore this map. The Pack-a-Punch is super simple, super easy. I love that about the Pack-a-Punch in this map. I love the simplicity of the Pack-a-Punch, but then the complications with, building the Ragnaroks, with getting the bows, with doing other things, the plunger. This map has so much depth in it, and you gotta give Horizon Drac that. So, everybody knows Horizon Drac. It's in everybody's top 10, basically top 5, and no different here. But coming into our number 3 spot, the most cinematically looking map ever, we have Mob of the Dead. The 4 gangsters. Al Arlington is the best written zombies character of all time in a single map. I love Al Arlington, man. So much depth, so much story. The 4 gangsters, so much depth, so much story within all that map. Also, the Vitrolic Withering is such a unique wonder weapon. Although it does have a bit of a damage drop off, it has that distraction effect, so it's not as glaring of an issue like something within Garad Krovi. The Hell's Redeemer is just absolutely incredible, and this was the first map where you can carry the shield behind your back without having any other issues carrying other items. That's a great feature as well. I love that about Mob of the Dead. And I just love the plane, man. The whole story within this map, the background, that's Stanley Ferguson, the sort of underlying connotations of we're in purgatory here. The cycle just continues, and no matter what, we are fucked. I love that about Mob of the Dead, and that's why it's number 3. But coming in to our number 2 spot, snakeskin boots on a Saturday night. Shadows of Evil is the greatest soundtrack in a single zombies map of all time. With the round change music and the soundtrack, Shadows of Evil is absolutely perfect, and I love everything about the map. The Apothecary Servant is a fantastic wonder weapon. The introduction of Gobblegums was within this map, and that's beautiful. The sword and the upgraded sword system is such a unique system and so simplistic at the same time. The beast mode was implemented so well. I mean, although the Afterlife went well with the story of Mob of the Dead, the beast mode system was implemented just as well, if not better. Widow's Wine being introduced in this map is amazing. The tram system, I think, is good. The rift system going from one area to another is really good. There's not really much to complain about Shadows of Evil, and that's why it is number 2. But coming in to our number 1 spot, we have Origins. I mean, what can I say? It's Origins, man. It has everything. Stabs. It's got the fucking awesome Easter egg. It's got the ultimate staffs. It's got the G-strikes. It's got the tank. It's got so much depth in terms of story, in terms of gameplay. And although people can hate the fact it's a fetch, quest, step, bless, whatever you want to call it, I don't care, man. Origins is the greatest zombies map that's ever been created, and we have never seen something as good since. But ladies and gentlemen, it's my undeniable number 1. That is my top 10 maps. Sorry to this comment. I understand. I'm really sorry. I get it. It's been a while, man. I understand. But I'm here. I'm making it, and blame Black Ops 6 and blame the fact that I haven't had internet for 2 days. But I thank you all so much for watching, guys. The absolute best. And I'll see you all very soon.
And you got to say his name. His name is LeBron James. I'm talking about the man on the Lakers. LeBron, I'm asking you to say his name. LeBron James. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look in the sky and say his name. Yeah. LeBron, 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 LeBron. LeBron, 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 LeBron.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.